Hello, everyone. This is Kim Quady with KimPlaysWithPaper.com. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mesa, Arizona. And I love to record some videos to show you what's been going on in my craft room. And right now, holiday card crafting and Christmas card crafting is in full swing here. I've been making cards probably since July when I did Christmas in July. But if you're still thinking about doing some Christmas cards, I wanted to show you the easy button, a way to make some quick and easy cards that don't take a lot of time. So the first product I'm going to show you that I'm going to be working with is the Christmas Collage Hybrid Embossing Folder. It not only embosses, but it also die cuts. I will show you some samples of that. It's just really, really amazing, and it's fun to play with. So some of the cards will be made with that, and then I'm also pairing it with the this 3D embossing folder, which is the Traditional Wreath embossing folder. So I will be using that. That's on page 22 of Stampin' Up's September through December 2025 mini catalog. So here is the Christmas Words Collage embossing folder. It's a hybrid, which means that it embosses and that it die cuts. Mine has been well loved throughout this holiday season. So this piece embosses. You just put your paper inside, run it through, and it embosses the cardstock. This is using real red, and aren't just fun words: Happy Christmas, Noel, peace, love, holly jolly. In fact, you can move the paper around in your embossing folder to get the sentiments that you really like. So this is just on a piece of regular real red cardstock. It's also fun to play around with Stampin' Up's two-tone cardstock. So I ran the piece of two-tone cardstock through this embossing folder and then used a little sander and just sanded some of the top layer off, and you have that white core with that two-tone cardstock, and it gives it just a really fun vintage look. Add a sentiment and you're all ready to go. I've been using the gold sentiments, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. But first, let me show you some of the cards that I've created. So the first one is with the gold foil and that Christmas Words Collage and that wreath embossing folder. So it really just uses white cardstock, thick white cardstock, gold foil, and ribbon and gems. And it will work almost with any ribbon that you have. If you have the shaded spruce, if you have real red, you do a little bit of embossing and some die cutting, and boom, you're ready to go. You've got, I just think this is a sleek, classic, beautiful card with that Merry Christmas. There'll be lots of choices. The next one, same idea. 'Tis the Season. I chose that sentiment with the gold foil and used the black and gold baker's twine and some of those traditional sparkling sequins. But if you have gold gems, if you have, you could change this up to silver foil, whatever you have in your stash to help you make those cards quickly and easily. Another one using the Noel sentiment from that embossing folder with the white and gold baker's twine and the traditional sparkling sequins. I love those. Those were my go-to gems this holiday season. Last year, it was those cute little peppermints. This year, it's the traditional sparkling sequins. All right, here is another card using the words from that hybrid embossing folder. This is the Modern Christmas Designer Series paper, the 12 by 12, with that gold foil, a gold circle with the stylish shapes dies, and there's your joy with some ribbon. Super easy, super quick. The next few I did use Stampin' Up's Joyful Days, Memories, and More card pack to create these cards with, again, some of the die cut words out of the foil. This is the Peaceful Greenery embossing folder in the background with some cherry cobbler, and I die cut one of those Memories and More cards, added some ribbon and the sparkling sequins. There they are again. All right, the next one is also from the card pack, the Joyful Days. I just cut that sheet from 4 by 6 to 5 1/4 by 4, layered it on some old olive cardstock, added that gold foil sentiment and the sequins. Lots of different choices and different ways to use these sentiments, but there are just so quick and easy. Another of the Joyful Days card pack, cut that background down to 5 1/4 by 4, added a layer of cherry cobbler cardstock, and added the good tidings to you. All right, one last sample for you using the Traditions of Christmas Designer Series paper. I love that gold foil there too. So I thought it paired really well with that Merry Christmas sentiment, and added that to the front with some of that baker's twine again. So let me show you exactly how to cut that foil. So I'm starting with a piece of 6 by 6 gold foil. Let me grab my Stampin' Cut emboss machine. Put that right here. And if you haven't used one of the hybrid embossing folders, I'll show you how that works. Alrighty. So here's the folder. There is our Stampin' Up logo. So when you open it, you will place the die cut. This is if you want to die cut and emboss all at the same time. You just place that die right in there, and you can feel that it's not moving. It's not locked in, but it's set in. It's not going anywhere for the time being. So then I'm going to take my gold foil, place it upside down here, and then I am going to close my folder. And you can see the gold foil in there. Place it on my base, my number 1 base. Place number 4 plate on top, and then run it through the Stampin' Cut and die machine. And it is going to be it feels tight, but it goes through. That's what it's meant to do. So let's just take that out. I'm going to move that for a sec. We're going to use it one more time. And then as I take that out, I have some stray ones, but we've got Holly, Jolly, Merry, and Bright. Lots of different choices for this folder. Give you a look at that. And then we just kind of poke all the pieces out. Dear Santa, season's greetings, ho, 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 love, let it snow, joy, peace, happy Christmas, Noel, 'tis the season, cheer, joy, with love, magic, hope, Merry Christmas, good tidings to you. And I've just grabbed that off the back. And that is simply it. If you don't use all of those, put them in a little envelope or in one of the stamp cases, and you'll be ready to have those on hand. So let's bring in the other embossing folder that we will need to be using. Again, my plate. I have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 white cardstock. Oops, look, I've found wonder. Some of them get away from me. So I'm going to place my white cardstock. I'm just using basic white. I'm using that line in the embossing folder for just a guideline, and I want to make sure that I kind of have it in the middle. You could stamp something in the middle of that, or I'm just going to be adding our easy sentiment. So I'll just run that through the machine as well. My 5 1/4 by 4 basic white. Now I can move my machine out of the way. All right, and there is our embossed wreath. And then I need my 8 1/2 by 5 1/4 by 4. I did use the thick white cardstock, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. We use my bone folder to give it a good burnish, both sides. And from here, just a little bit of adhesive. I'm using my Stampin' Seal Plus. Glue is also a good idea when you have these thick embossing folders like that. And layer that on the front of the card. You could use a colored cardstock base if you wanted to add some more color, but if you're looking for quick, easy, simple, let's get some cards sent in the mail. That's the way to go. So the hardest part is just deciding which sentiment to use. So let's do 'Tis the Season. You could put that in the center. You could layer it off to the side. I'm going to put some glue dots on the back of that sentiment and attach it to the front of that wreath. Add some ribbon. I am using the Mossy Meadow and Gold ribbon. Again, there are lots of choices of ribbon. Shaded Spruce, Real Red. You could even do pink. This would be a fun card to do in a light pink if you're into like the non-traditional colors. So I'll just tie this in a bunny ear bow. Actually, so it's got a mossy meadow side and a gold side, and I think I want to feature more of the gold. So I will make a bunny ear here and a bunny ear here, and then I just fold it over to the left, and then that loop goes through that little circle, and then I can manipulate my bow that way. Grab some glue dots. See, this is real quick and easy. I'm going to be putting a couple of glue dots under that little knot and giving it a trim with my little snips. A little off. All right, and then we need some gems. I think we need some gems. Here are the traditional sparkling sequins. They are in Real Red, the Gold, Pool Party, and Old Olive. But I'm going to use the gold to tie in with my gold color here. And typically these are 3 different sizes, so I grab one of the big ones and put it in the corner, and then I pair it with the little teeny one, and then make my little triangle there with that one here. So now if you were to plan this out, you just cut a bunch of 5 1/4 by 4 pieces, run those all through the embossing folder, and then you can start choosing your sentiments, add your ribbon, add your gems, write a message on the inside, and get it sent, and you're good to go. So that, friends, is the Christmas Words Collage Hybrid Embossing Folder. Super fun, super easy. You could use it like I showed you with the two-tone cardstock. You could use it just as a background. You could even die cut the words in regular cardstock or the two-tone cardstock. Lots and lots of choices. So let me quick review just a few of the card samples for you so you can see all the different ways, all the different varieties, lots of choices, quick and easy, but still absolutely gorgeous. Please let me know if you have any questions or if you need help placing an order. I would love to help. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a shout, a like, a love, and subscribe so you know when the next video is going to come out. So thanks so much, everyone, for spending some time with me. I appreciate it. Until next time, happy stamping.